Hey guys, welcome to Conversations with Kiki. With who? Your girl, Kiki. How are you guys? How are my babies? Hello. If you are new, welcome. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. All my returning babies, hello my babies. How are you? 2 videos in a month. What? We doing this. No, so I'm playing with you guys. So, I'm going to give y'all story time. How Airbnb almost ruined my whole 12-year anniversary. Girls and boys, strap in. So last month, me and my husband's 12-year anniversary is on January 23rd. And back in December, I made this big plan that I was going to go to the not Airbnb, the bed and breakfast or B&B that we had went to previously, which was in New Hampshire. I usually am review queen. I read all the reviews, but we had been there before. We had went like years prior. So I said, I ain't got nothing to worry about. Yeah, that like ownership may have changed, but at the same time, I don't think like the quality of it changed, right? So back on December 25th, and the only reason why I remember this is because everybody had opened their presents and whatnot, and I was like on my phone while they were opening their presents, and I booked us a 3-day stay, Saturday, Sunday, and we would leave Monday at the bed and breakfast. Instantly got confirmation, everything was good. So I told my husband, make sure you take a day off. I took Monday off since we weren't going to go on a Friday, and that's it. We were going to celebrate our anniversary. Now I was looking into excursions and stuff like that, but everything was kind of like you got to buy there because of COVID, and I was like, all right, that's fine. So I even called because I was kind of concerned. Now here's a tip for you guys. If you ever go to a bed and breakfast, do not ever do it through a third party. Always book through them. The reason why I say that is because a lot of them are still paper to pen, and so they don't really like handle their bookings the way they should. And I have heard horror stories about weddings and stuff like that where they had booked but the place had overbooked because someone did it on Google and they didn't realize it, and so now they got 2 people trying to have a wedding there, and I don't ever want to be in that. So if we stay in a bed and breakfast, I always book through them. If I gotta call y'all, I gotta call y'all. If I gotta do it through your site, do it through your site. So I did it through this site. Now the reason why I'm mentioning this because I want you to remember that I said this in like 4 minutes. So I called because I was concerned. The stay was gonna be like $600, but they were doing it where they took half now and you pay the rest when you get there. I always don't like that because I feel like I'm not really confirmed until you take all my money, but I guess it worked out for me because they didn't take any money. So I called them just to confirm, like, you know, it said it was supposed to take half of the money and it didn't. He said, yeah, because of COVID, we've been having problems with billing. You're just going to pay when you get here. I said, okay, fine, whatever. That's better for me because then I'll remember everything, but still felt a little uneasy about it. But he did confirm our room and we were good. So fast forward to January 22nd. We're in Target because the room that I rented had a hot tub in it, its own private walkway, all this other stuff. I was ready to go skiing or try to go skiing, go down the mountain coaster. We was talking about all the food we was going to eat because it's a small, quaint town. It's only mom and pop. There is no Applebee's or no big, hip, trendy restaurant. Like, it's mom and pop stuff. So I had been doing my research on what we were going to eat because the last time we went there, I think they had just had a snowstorm, so it wasn't a lot to eat. And so I was excited, and I was watching the weather like, please, you can be cold all you want, but don't snow, you know, because I got a little RAV4 and I don't know how she gonna work in the snow. I mean, she's pretty good. I take that back. Toyota, you know, I love my RAV4. I love her. So we are in Target. I'm buying my bubble bath for my hot tub, and I have eczema, so I have to buy a specific one. I buy Honest for the babies. And my husband's looking at his phone and he's like, somebody's calling me from Maine. I'm like, let me see. So he answers it. He's like, yeah, this is him. And my heart was kind of like, something's fucking wrong. And let me tell you why. Because somebody was trying to ruin my anniversary weekend the whole week. Mad stuff was going on. First of all, my nails came out terrible. And then 2 nail stylists that I love, both of them I couldn't get. So I got someone's grandma, and I showed her the most simplest design. And I should have knew she was going to fuck my shit up when she was supposed to do like the swirly shit, but she just painted it white. And I was like, what is you doing? That's not what the design is. She was like, yes, it is. Wait till the end. It's going to come out nice. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, you fucking it up. And so from that being messed up and them not having the liquor that I wanted, and then like something happened with my bank where they double charged me for a bill, and now I had to wait like 2 weeks to get the money back, and it was a significant bill at that. So it wasn't like no, you know, $100. It was like a $300. So it took $600 from me. And it was all kind of crazy stuff going on. I'm like, yo, nobody's trying to let me be great. Like, I just want to have a great, fun anniversary with this guy, and it's not happening. So we're in Target, and I could see his face. And then I see him say, like, oh, y'all hear Goku, right? I don't even know who he's barking at, but I don't care. We gonna talk over Goku. So, y'all, this dog, I had to like stop because he's like going off. I don't know who he's going off at, and I couldn't even hear myself think. Like, couldn't hear myself think at all. So he's still barking, but at least it's a lot less. If anybody who's had a little dog, you know, their little dog be like, yeah. So like, he's still going, but it's not as like frantic as it was before. So, and I actually think it's because somebody in my house is playing loud music. So I don't know if that startled him or somebody opened my gate. I don't know. You don't know. I don't know. So anyway, he gives me the phone and he's like, you know, here's my wife. And I'm like, here we go. So she's like, hi, my name is such and such. I'm calling from the bed and breakfast. We overbooked your room. And the people are still here and we don't know what to do. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I said, kick them out then. Shit. I was like, I already booked this a month ago. So then she says, and remember I told you to remember this. She goes, well, that's the problem we have, and that's why we tell people don't book through third parties. So I'm like, is she talking about me or the other people? So I'm like, well, I didn't book through a third party, so I don't know what you're talking about. She was like, well, where did you book? I said, through your website. Oh, right. Silence. So now I'm pissed because I'm like, ma'am, come on with this dumb shit. So she says to me, well, I'm gonna have the owner call you back, give me, you know, 10 minutes. I'm like, how long is he gonna call me back? Because I said it takes 2 hours to get up there. We need to leave like within the next 20 minutes so that we're there by 4:30. And I gotta get gas, I gotta put air in my tires, all of this other stuff. So you need to tell me what's going on. She's like, he's gonna call back, don't worry. Like almost fucking an hour later, he still didn't call back. So I called him because by this time I had paid for my stuff. I'm bitching. I went get gas. I got my air, put air in my tire, and I gave him a little bit of extra time. So my husband's driving, and I call him. And he's like, "Oh, I'm trying to find you somewhere to stay." Now, before she and I hung up, she had said they were trying to get us a room at this place called the Christmas Inn. I said, does it have the same amenities that you guys have? Oh, it doesn't have the hot tub. Now, let me explain why this is so important. I have a house. I could just have my kids go out for the weekend, stay here, enjoy my 12th anniversary, and really not do shit. You know what I'm saying? And just be me and him, no kids around, only the damn dog, and eat and drink, marry, whatever. But the reason why I wanted this is because, one, I wanted to get out of Massachusetts. Two, I wanted a hot tub. And so it was like, what am I coming up there for if I'm going to get a subpar ass hotel with no hot tub? I might as well fucking stay home. So I'm like to her, if it don't got a hot tub, I don't want it. So by the time I called the guy who owns it, the bed and breakfast, he's like, well, that room was gone anyway. We're booked up here. He was like, you know, I don't know how this happened. He said, this is why we tell people. I said, don't tell me about booking on a third party site. I said, I didn't. I booked through y'all guys. I said, the header that I got says your name. Doesn't say Google. Because I know the difference between booking through Google and booking through a website, because it will say Google. It didn't say none of that. So that meant that's y'all. Y'all dropped the ball, not Google. Don't blame Google. So he's like, well, I'm so sorry. He said, the best I could do is you guys come next weekend. My anniversary is not next weekend. Not to mention my husband works. And so I tell him what company my husband works for, because I know it's hard for them to get time off. He was like, yeah, you know, oh, we thank him for his service, da, 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 da. And I'm just like, okay, but y'all not still accommodating me right now. Now, the reason why I didn't go off on his ass is because he really did try to get us another room, and he was trying to accommodate us with coming next weekend, and he was going to take 75. He went from 50 to 75% off. So I think we would end up only paying like maybe $200, $100 and something for a 3-night stay. But that doesn't help me now. I want to hang with my man now. Next weekend ain't my anniversary anymore. If that was the case, I would have just planned it whenever, you know. And so as this conversation's going on, my husband had drove to Castle Island. If you're not from Boston or you're not from Massachusetts, Castle Island is like the coast of Boston area, and it's like a great place to walk. It's beaches over there. I wouldn't swim there, but it's beaches there and stuff like that, and you can sit and watch the view of Boston and Quincy and all that stuff. And so we went and we drove there. So we're sitting there and I'm crying now, like real crying, like tears. I'm like, my anniversary is ruined. Someone's doing this to me, because how the hell can so much stuff go wrong? And I knew something was going to happen with that I keep wanting to call it Airbnb, that bed and breakfast. But, you know, at the same time, I just was like, we got to fix this. So as my husband's trying to think of something and I hang up with the guy, I remember Poconos. I was like, oh yeah, I had actually wanted to go to the Poconos originally, but they're fucking expensive. Like for 2 nights, it was like 900 and some change. I was like, god damn. Now, the reason why I was like, damn, that's a lot, because I didn't understand what else came with the $900, which I'll get into. So I said, do you want to go to the Poconos? But I said, I want to go, but it depends on how far the drive is. Number one, we're doing this in my car. My car's a baby. It's not even 2 years old, but I don't want to keep putting miles on it. I've put mad miles on it. Like, because of COVID and not really having anywhere to go, I keep taking my kids to this one beach, and the beach is mad far. So that's miles on top of miles. And because I work from home, I get bored really easily. So I would leave my house and go to Walmart. And Walmart's really far. So that's more miles and miles. So my car for a less than 2-year-old baby has so much miles, and we drive to New Hampshire like 4 times in it, Maine. So, you know, I know people in different states or countries are like, what the fuck is she talking about? These are all over an hour drive. So that's like a lot of miles on my car. So I'm sitting here and I'm just like, let's see how much this is gonna cost and how much the damn drive is. So I get someone on from the Poconos, right? And I want y'all to Google it. I'll put the link down below. And she's super sweet. I instantly started crying. I said, these people have systematically ruined my anniversary. We're sitting in a parking lot. I'm crying with a trunk full of goodies and snacks and stuff like that and sexy stuff for my anniversary. And I can't use or eat none of it because we don't know where to go. So she said, we're kind of booked, but we still have some good rooms. So the first room she quoted out, that shit was going to be $1,500. I was like, you could go to the left with that. My husband's in the background like, get it, get it, get it. All because he wants to make me happy. But I'm like, bro, that's double what we were going to pay. That's over double what we were going to pay. So I'm like, look, I'm not looking for no crazy shit, because the room I think she quoted us had a swimming pool in it, and I actually didn't want a swimming pool. I didn't have a bathing suit. I wouldn't have time to go home and get the damn bathing suit, and I didn't want to like swim anyway. So I was like, I don't need that. I just need, all I really want is the hot tub. That's really what I want. She said, oh, we got you then. So she gave us a discount because she felt so bad for me and him. And she ended up giving us a room that's really nice. We stayed in Cove Haven. Now, out of all of that damn room still came up to over $1,000. But, and I was mad about that. So it was a 4.5 hour drive. So the whole 4.5 hour drive, I'm happy, I'm excited to be going, but I'm pissed because I'm like, I just spent like, you know, well over what I was intending to spend. 7, 8, 9, 10, $400 extra that I wasn't looking to spend. You know what I'm saying? And my husband, he don't mind. It's him that's spending the money, but he's like, as long as you're happy, I don't care how much money I gotta spend. This is why I say I love my husband. He's the sweetest man on earth. Because I'm sitting over there like, you know what I could do with $400? God damn it. Damn, I could have bought some fucking purse. And he's looking at me like, I just want to spend the time with you. I don't care. Because at first he was like, well, just go to a hotel downtown. And again, like I said, I don't want to go to a hotel. Why am I going to spend $300 for a couple of nights, or $400 for a couple of nights in a room with a TV and a bathroom? I got that here, a room, a TV, and shit, I got my own damn food. I don't have to pay for DoorDash, none of that. All I gotta do is just get rid of my kids. That's it. I wanted this to be special in terms of driving out of state, getting that nice long drive with him, and also being able to have fun. So, to get to the end, we make it to the Poconos. I'm still fuming about how much this fucking room is. But let me explain to you why it was so worth it. First of all, she didn't do any of this shit justice on the phone. We get there, it's worth the $1,000, let me tell you. We got a hot tub. We got a clear shower that looks so sexy. A big, nice king-size round bed with like this star shit above it. And we got a balcony. Now, we didn't use the balcony because it was like 4 degrees outside and it was snowing. But it had it been summer, it overlooks the lake. But we could still actually see the lake, and we saw a lot of little animals and shit out there. The Poconos is like a cruise, but for adults and on land. They like make sure if you book that you get the food package. So we had dinner and breakfast included. They do have lunch, but you have to pay for it. They got a goddamn arcade, so we went bowling, we played pool, we played darts. They have mini golf. They have clubs, like real dance clubs. They have comedy clubs. They have live music. All of this is included in that $1,000. This is why it's $1,000. Had it been summer, it would have even been more dope. They have winter activities, which unfortunately we didn't get to do because I heard that the activities director, her daughter had COVID and they didn't have anybody to replace her because that's kind of like their off season. So they had, she not got sick, and I hope the little girl's okay. They had inner tubing, sledding, nature walk, and a couple other outdoor things, snowball fights, all that crazy shit. It was like hot chocolate, everything. And on top of that, because the Poconos Resorts has 3 different resorts, because we paid for one resort, we're able to go use the amenities in the other resort, but no one actually told us that. That's like an unknown kept secret, but someone there told me, but it was too late. I was like, I'm not driving to know, because you're in the mountain. I'm like, I'm not driving these windy ass mountains with all these deer trying to find the other resort. But if it was summer, I probably would have did it. And she in the other resort had like a reggaeton club and stuff like that. So the next time now we know, like, we'll go to the other one too and utilize like their club, because as long as we have our pass and show that we paid for a room, we could go to each resort and use their stuff. Because like Cove Haven, I guess, is like the cheaper one, and it still has all that stuff, but it's not as popping as the more expensive one, which I'm mad because that was the one we were gonna get that I turned down. That Juan, my husband, in the background was like, get it, and he's looking at me like, you should have got that one, and I'm like, it's too late now. I bitched about the price, and that's what happened, but I still had a lot of fun because the hot tub was dope. And if you guys watch or follow me on Instagram, I did put some pictures up of it. I put pictures up when we were at breakfast. I also put up, if you guys live in the Boston area or Massachusetts, there's like this this special woman, I love her. They does pastries and stuff like that. It's Palette of Pastries, and like she gave us an anniversary box, and she actually sells them like that, and had wine. Was it wine? I don't know. And it had some beautiful candles. So I mean, it was amazing. Y'all hear me? Amazing. All right, so my camera died. So between Goku and my camera dying, there's gonna be a lot of editing in this video. But I don't really remember what I was talking about because I ended up having to charge my camera. But the last part I think I talked about was it, like, the price point was $1,000 and some change. It definitely was freaking worth it. It was worth it just because at the end of the day, we ended up having an amazing time. We had to pay for lunch, which wasn't bad. I think it was $36. He got like something with fries, and I got the best pulled pork sandwich I have had in years, plus some drinks. Like I said, probably the better time to go to the Poconos is in the summer, and because they have a lot more to do. Like, they have kayaking, I think they have jet skis. It's a lot more outdoor activities. It's no children, and so like they have their own little store up there, which I like. It had sex toys in there. It's behind a curtain, but it's like sex toys and stuff like that. And then on the other side they have like just regular shit. Like, we got hubby and wifey t-shirts and hoodies. So if you follow me on Instagram, I think I have one up. If not, I'll probably put one up later. But they have that kind of stuff. They have treats for dogs. I mean, it's not a dog friendly place, but I guess you go home, it'd be like, hey, I got something for my dog, because I bought my dog a cookie. I don't know now where I put the cookie, but I bought it for the cookie, bought it for my dog. They also have something that's cool too, is freaking deer running around there. Now, deer are wild animals, but the woman explained that they're like the pets over there, because they used to have an activities director who would feed them, and unfortunately he passed away. And so people were like, well, we still got to feed them, because this is like generations of these deers coming here now, always thinking that they're gonna get food because of that, director. So they actually sell food for them, and they like walk up to you and you can pet them. Now, we didn't see any because it was a really extremely cold and it had been snowing on and off, but you can see tracks in them, and people clearly were seeing them in other places because the food for them was sold out. Like, every time we would go, it would only be like 1 or 2 bags. And then I overheard a couple saying like, yeah, it's such and such fault. The deer keep following us because she keep feeding them every day. So I was like, okay, they are out here, but we just haven't seen them. I don't advise you to pet a deer because them motherfuckers have ticks. And I don't play with ticks. I I work for a health insurance place, and I see so many stuff about Lyme disease, and it's so sad. Please don't pet them damn ticks unless you spray yourself with permethrin and all that stuff like that to kill them. But like, it was really nice. We did go bowling. I whooped his ass in pool. I suck in bowling. And we had a really good time. So the end of it, like, yes, I spent way more money than I thought I was going to spend, but it actually worked out. The food was great. Like, it wasn't like that cafeteria nasty kind of food. Like, they put some thought in it, because I got a steak and I don't eat steak, but they didn't have anything else I wanted, and I have a seafood allergy, so I wanted it well done. And they made a face. Everybody always makes a face when I want my steak well done. Sorry, I don't want that pink shit in the middle, but like, they did make a little face. But I ended up having like a really bomb steak. I barely needed any M1 sauce because it was just so juicy and so tender and like flavorful. I was like, A1 sauce, that's just the extra, you know what I'm saying? And our room was really nice. Like I said, I had only a little bit of gripes. Our bed had like a mysterious dent in the middle, and I made a joke to my husband. I said, that's because a lot of people been binging, aka banging on this bed. We're all adults here. They've been having sex on this bed, and so they must keep having it in the same place, and that's why the dent is there. Y'all need to change that mattress, because it was aggravating the shit out of me. But the bed itself was so nice, and it was like a king round bed, and it had like this thing up top that like shines down little stars, and they like change ever so often. It's so beautiful, and like, I can only imagine that room in the summer. We would have an amazing view, because we had a full view of the lake. Like, and if it was like warm enough, or if it was just not no snowing, just a little bit warm or even cool, we could have went out and stuff like that. And it was so pitch black, because it's really high in the mountains. Like, you can see the stars, everything. It was just really beautiful. So we plan on going back, but we are gonna splurge on that $1,500 room. But we were thinking about staying like 4 or 5 days. We're not really sure. Because I felt like the 2.5 days that we had was just not enough, because we didn't get to fully like experience all the amenities. But I got to do a lot of other stuff. Like, you know, we did see some live music, we had great food, we had great drinks, and we had so much fun. And in the room itself, like, had I not needed to eat, we would have probably never left. But I had an amazing time. So I didn't let like that setback really ruin our like day or days out. It ended up being better. And I looked at my husband later and was like, I'm kind of glad that that shit did happen, because now we did make the trip down here, and it's freaking beautiful down here, and I love it down here, and I'm so glad that we came. So I would say definitely go to the Poconos. We are going. I'm trying to go in May for my husband's birthday, come hell or high water. And I think that's gonna be my birthday place. I'm trying to go 2 times a year, y'all. It was a lot of black people up there too, because I was like, I wonder, is it gonna be black people up there? And that's always my thing. I'd be like, is there gonna be black people up there? It was mad black people, and everybody was from the Bronx. Everybody was from the Bronx or Brooklyn or Manhattan. And I'm like, because it's like not that far of a drive for them. Like, you could spit and you're in New York. Like, it was like right around the corner. But for us, we were the furthest, and someone was from Ohio, and they were the furthest. And they came the same time we came and left the same time we came. She brought her husband right after work. Like, he didn't even know where they were going. He was just like, oh, where are we going? She said, pack a bag or grab your bag. And she was like, yo, we're on our way. Because we talked to them. They were mad nice. We bowled with them. And she was like, I drove down here. He didn't even know where we were going until we got here. She's like, it's our first time. I just want to do something nice and romantic for him. It's a very romantic place. And I would say go in the summer, or at least the warmer months. We still have fun with it being the winter. So I'm going to let y'all guys go, because this is going to be an editing nightmare. I'm so mad at this damn camera. No, I take that back. I'm not mad at the camera. It's my fault. I didn't charge it. And then Goku started barking. I was like, okay, Goku, you're not trying to let me be great. And I'm not about to re-record this whole thing. So y'all just going to see some little parts that I skip and whatever. I don't care. Sorry, guys. Peace. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all leave a comment. Y'all say something. Say hi to me. Whatever, you know. But all my returning babies, thank you. See you guys later. And peace.